20 years ago, a pastor and his family moved to Canada to start a congregation. And if you were to look at that move on paper, you would have said the odds were stacked against them. First, they were moving to the increasingly post-Christian nation of Canada. Second, they were moving to the transient bedroom community of Toronto named Mississauga, where people were known for working long hours, commuting long hours, and moving often, having no time to get connected to a church. Third, even though the congregation started in what is now downtown Mississauga, it eventually moved to a neighborhood that was notorious for being, as one local called it, the place church planters go to die. And fourth, they were restarting a congregation that had already had to close its doors once before because of lack of growth. The odds were definitely stacked against them. But here we are. 20 years later, Cross of Life Church still exists and still spreads the gospel by God's grace. But Cross of Life is at a crossroads. Church researchers say that the average lifespan of a congregation is 55 to 65 years. And that number is significant because it's the amount of time it takes for a congregation to raise up one generation of Christians and serve them well until they're in their 70s or 80s and go home to be with Jesus. See, the average congregation in North America serves one generation well, but never transitions to serving the next generation well. So we have a choice. We've served this community well for 20 years, and by God's grace, we've seen lives changed, eternities altered, and a congregation grow where, well, the odds say there should never have been a congregation. But are we going to be another statistic? Or are we going to make the necessary changes to serve the next generation? Let me tell you 3 reasons why I think God has perfectly positioned us to serve the next generation. First, we have a strong and growing core of young families and young leaders in our congregation who are ready to take on ministry. They're passionate about making it excellent for their generation and reaching the lost who are in their age category. Second, we're financially stable. We're in a position to make a move because not only has our congregation been at or above what we expected to receive in offerings for my year here as the pastor, but we're also sitting on a piece of property in Milton that some developers tell us is worth upwards of $4 to $5 million and has the potential to either be a place where we could build a permanent facility for our congregation or as an asset that we could sell to purchase land and build in another location. Third, we're ethnically diverse. More ethnically diverse than the average congregation in North America. And that's a huge asset as we try to reach the ethnically diverse community of Mississauga. So I can't spoil the surprise for you. But here's what I can tell you. We have the potential to do something great. And we want to lay it out for you at our Cottage Meetings. We have a 3-fold plan for optimizing and streamlining ministry to serve the next generation. And we want to lay it out for you, have you ask questions and answer them, and get your feedback on our plan. Because here's the honest truth, and I'm a little scared to tell you this, but we don't have to change. We can stay the congregation that we have always been and be God-pleasing and serve the people of this community. But I believe that we have the potential to do something great. And I think you believe that too, because God believes it. God told us in Psalm 78 that we will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of God, His power, and the wonders He has done, so the next generation would know them, even the children yet to be born, and they in turn would tell their children. Then they would put their trust in God and would not forget His deeds, but would keep His commands. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to sign up for a cottage meeting. They're going to be about 2 hours long. We will provide fine food and drinks for you and babysitting if you need it for free. You only need to attend one cottage meeting, but I hope that you make this a priority. Our goal is that every communicant member of our congregation would be in a cottage meeting. So sign up today, either by emailing info@crossoflife.net or signing up at one of our sign-up sheets at guest services on Sunday morning. This is your church. This is the future of your church. And the decisions that we are going to make will affect every person who comes in contact with Cross of Life moving forward. So be in a cottage meeting, connect with us, and let's grow together to serve the next generation of people in this city. Let's overcome the odds one more time. I pray that God blesses us and He blesses you as we move forward in ministry together.